Hey, everybody. So glad to see you here today. I'm so happy to have people participating. It's been kind of weird. We go to on these trips and stuff, and people aren't seeing the training or, seeing their leadership and the momentum and everything going, and things kind of get sidetracked. But we don't want that to happen. So one of the things that I put out today, and thank you so much for being here. I got Stuart and I've got Maureen and Tuesday and Kelly Rodman and John Mahan and Lisa. And I'm sure there's going to be some more popping in too, because they're already sending me text messages. And I got to tell you, I have not been talking all day today. It's a weather change outside, and I have been outside. It's 40 degrees finally. I know, 40. It's like I could be out there in shorts and a tank top today. So, but it's just a change in weather. So let me get myself a. Okay. So I put out on our messenger today, what would you guys really like to talk about? And one of those was prospecting. How can we do better prospecting? Another one was how to set up a three-way call, or asking, not really how to set up a three-way call. That's part of what this is about, though. It is qualifying your person to get on a three-way call, or qualifying your person for you to even be sending them stuff. And then the other one was how to get them started. All three of these things are files that are in our Facebook page. But guess what, Stuart? They're also on, I put them available for you in the hub. So if you just click on the files in there and you put in a script prospecting, and it's anything that I put in there for Team Visionaries, it's going to pop right up. If you put in how to set up a three-way call, that will also pop up. It'll propagate itself without you having to put a whole bunch of, you could just put three-way call in there and it will pop up. And our complete onboarding, I'm pretty sure I have that in there. I'm trying to keep everything up to date because, Stuart, I hate to keep calling you out, but I just love you to death. There's so many people that aren't on Facebook, and you started that whole thing. So congratulations and thank you. So yeah, so hubba bubba. So and I'm working with Christy with a new person that is, I got to tell you, one of the biggest network marketers I've ever known in my entire life. And he's now looking at APL Go. And I'm so excited for her because you never know, you guys. And is all it took was not, this is part of prospecting, was not even saying anything about the product, what she's doing. It was just asking them, how you been? It's been a while. What are you up to? What are you and your wife up to? And, it might have taken a couple days to get a response back. But when that response came back, they asked what we were up to. And we replied back with, oh, enough about me. We didn't want to talk about us. You know how people want to talk about themselves? I really want to know what's going on in your life. And that kept the conversation going. And then eventually the question was asked, come on, what are you up to? And the funny thing is, they're not on Facebook, so they're not seeing any of our stuff that we're doing. So no wonder they kept asking the question. So that was really important, and wound up today sending them a whole package, one of each product, because I know they're coming in as a diamond and signing up other people as diamonds. This is the kind of people that they work with or that they know. And you guys just keep on talking to people, because you never know, even when you feel like, oh, I just can't do this anymore. I'm just so tired of building. I'm just tired. Anybody ever feel like that? Come on, raise your hand up.
Okay.
Okay, because we had a corporate directors call on Tuesday, just before we brought in the chosen, the ones that we have coming on to our 90-day challenge. And we all had things we wanted to, talk about like that. A lot of it has to do with we've already used up our warm market. Who's used up their warm market? Who doesn't want to get on the phone? Ta-da! Who doesn't want to leave their house? So you're not the only ones. Don't feel like this is just you and I'm never going to get past this. Well, you do. And it takes accountability. It takes calling somebody and not calling them and telling them your whole life story, or telling them what you're angry about today, or just everything that's makes you go down in your life. But ask the questions about, gosh, I'm feeling kind of like I'm out there by myself. I feel like I'm doing this alone. What can I do to help you recover from that? Because it's important that that there's a lot of people that feel that same way. Does anybody else feel like this, or am I the only one? I think all of us do. Yeah, and you can speak up if you want to, because I don't think when this recording goes out that it's actually going to show this group of people. It's just I don't know. I never know. But anybody else feel like they're out there by themselves? Okay, you can feel that way, but it takes a phone call, and I don't know if I'm a motivator, but I certainly have a passion for this company, and I protect it as to the best of my ability that I can. Gosh, I feel like I'm signing in as the mayor of a city or something now, but I just love this company. And I have to tell you, after seeing and spending all day with Sergey down in Cancun, something happened. I mean, I've always loved this company. We all do. But something happened down there when he really wants your attention, and he really wants to talk to you, and he's learning a little bit better English. And I was actually able to talk to him with the little bit of Russian that I've learned. He was kind of shocked. In fact, I was. The stuff he was saying, I knew what he was talking about. But Anna was there to translate for us, just in case something came up that, what was that? Even Anna does that. What do you mean? But he absolutely cares so much about the United States, Canada too, but about the United States, that he's wanting to do whatever it takes to get him and his wife and kids visas to move back to the United States within the next year. Hallelujah, because when that happens, I'm not going to wait for it, because we've kind of been waiting, almost 4 years now. I'm not going to wait for it, but when that happens, it's going to explode here. Another thing I want to mention on that same note is people keep asking for, are we going to get a warehouse here? You guys stop asking. I know that just building in general, it's not only going to cost too much to put a warehouse in here. Let somebody else do that. Let our stuff still be being brought over, because as soon as we have one in the United States, guess what's going to happen? Our prices are going to go skyrocketing. And the way they are now, it's perfect. So stop asking. So that's one of the things that we were able to talk about. So anyway, let me get back on track here with the guide script for searching for new prospects. I kind of have this one as for searching for prospects online. Now, this one, in fact, the exact name of it is Guide Script for Searching New Prospects Online, and you will find that in the hub. And I believe this one is it's only 1 page long. It's 2 pages. And it tells you exactly how you can go about prospecting online. But you know what? How many of us are really going, say on Facebook, wherever it is, any social media you have, and actually prospecting there? Who's doing that? Anybody raising your hand doing that? It looks you might be. Okay, so it looks like that we're getting more out of our living rooms and we're getting out and talking to people one-on-one, which by the way works, because guess what? You can get a lozenge in their mouth. As soon as you got a lozenge in their mouth, it's like a done deal. We witnessed that in Cancun over and over and over again. So, but if you're going to go ahead and go the route with online, and I get it, it's because people are so used to, you know, being at home that 2020 kind of put us into the Zoom mode, and we've gotten used to it. Heck, did you guys know? Get this. On our conference that we had on the mastermind group the other day, people aren't even doing national conventions anymore. I love the expression I just got there Tuesday. People have gotten so used to doing a Zoom that they're doing them remotely. There's a couple companies, I'm not going to name them, but they would have 3,000 to 5,000 people in 2019, 2020, before pandemic. I don't even want to say the word, before that hit. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in big arenas, and now they can't even get 500 people there. Does this sound familiar? Or are you seeing what we're seeing? So we go ahead and we have the event in Cancun last year, the year before, and we had, I don't know, maybe 150, 200 people there. It was the national convention. We had it there because Sergey couldn't get into the United States. The year before, we did it in Vegas. 100 people were there. So we switched it up and had it in Houston this last year because everybody was saying, well, it was out of the United States. And then we have it in Houston and only 150 people show up. You were there, you know. So it isn't the company. It isn't, it's the people. They just don't want to come together in great big meeting rooms like that. I don't know, unless they're flying on an airplane. So I suggested to Sergey that we have a flight that goes, I don't know, from Vegas to Florida, and the whole plane is just filled with APL Go people, 700 people. That's a way to have a convention. He didn't think that was too funny, but well, he did. But and we can't. That's where people are gathering, is at airports. So we are going to have our national convention in Cancun, and the reason we're doing it there is because we know Sergey can meet us there. He can be there, and we don't know how many people are going to show up, but this I do know. I am literally, and I know people are doing the same thing, saving their signups, because if they're not trying to go for the cruise, you guys, by the way, I want to make a confession. I have been on 3 cruises. I want to be home with my family this year. So, you know, I could have qualified for it, but I don't want to. I'm saving my people for what's going to happen in April. There is going to be a huge incentive for people to earn their entire trip to Cancun for 4 days. 2 days if they want, but for 4 days. And you guys are going to see that April 1st. I know all of the information for it now, but they're still kind of tweaking it. So, you know me, I don't want to put stuff out there and then have to retract it. So there will be an incentive for that. There should be a lot of people going to Cancun, and that's not until July 20th and 21st. I know a lot of people aren't going to go to Cancun just for 2 days. So they're making it a 4-day incentive. So if you don't have your passport, get one now, because it probably takes, what, 60, 90 days to get that? Yeah. So most everybody I know has one, but if you don't, get that in line. And so that's the next thing that's coming up. How are you going to get people there? Well, first of all, you want to get yourself there. And then if you're doing the right prospecting and getting new people in, and you show them this incentive, they're going to want to be there, because this is so much easier to do than it was qualifying for the cruise. Okay. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about and you guys have this, is you wanted to know a little bit more about doing the qualifying somebody before you get them on a call. And we talked about that. You guys, this is amazing. What we're talking about now is basically what we talked about on our corporate director call, because we feel like we're having the same issues. Leaders have issues, have the same, we go through the same thing you guys do. Especially when we've already gone through our warm market, and people are trying to qualify for the cruise, and they have to do that by sponsoring their own people, and some people are pulling their hair out. That's fine. You just kind of have to draw the line wherever you need to draw the line. But one of the things that we did all agree upon is, when you're having that conversation with somebody on the phone and you're pre-qualifying them, make sure, there's 4 things. Make sure they've seen something about APL Go, and you have, and this is the weird thing. I'm gonna break off on this in a little bit, just for the rapid funnel. Some people are going ahead and sending people information out of rapid funnel. They're going in and they're finding the video they want to send them, and guess what? They're not sending, and you guys are going to get training on this next Sunday, they're not sending them the permission text first. And that is what has flagged rapid funnel for spamming. So they literally had to, who's doing that? Who's sending out? I do it, you guys. I send, if I've asked somebody if they don't mind getting some information, heck yeah, I go right in there, I find the link, I go ahead and send it to them. Well, apparently we're supposed to send them the permission text first. Is anybody doing that? Not me. I am now, because I realized, in fact, today I sent out a new one to somebody, and I watched it on Messenger and it didn't show up. So I immediately get a hold of my guys at Rapid Funnel, and I give him a screenshot. And he said, by the way, it's a new guy there that's going to be doing the training, and we are going to listen to him because he has brought in hundreds of thousands of people in his own organization by using Rapid Funnel. That's why he's there. He knows how to use it. Using the text permission first. He asked me, I go, oh, no, I didn't. He goes, well, that's connected with the system, and that's what allows that next text to go out freely. Okay, so now that we all have that down, that's probably going to be the first thing that you hear when we do our rapid funnel training. So make sure that they've seen something about APL Go. I don't know what you guys like to send out, but I like to send out the innovative video that Pamela Zimmer did. That's what, 90 some seconds. It's excellent. And if they like that, you don't have to ask them again if you can send them something else. But at the same time, you can send them that innovative video, the 90-second one, and then you can attach to that the 3.5 minute, 4.5 minute, or the 12-minute one, and put on there, add on there the reason why you're sending that. Okay, now that you've kind of gotten a little peek at what's happening here, let's look at each one of these products. And I'm going to tell you this as well. I know we've got great skincare, but because it's been so long, and who knows what the problem is, it's still not here. I know they had to switch a couple ingredients in the face cream, and they couldn't get a hold of those. It's made in Germany. Olga even went there to see if they should, make the process go a little bit better, faster, find out what it was. And it should be here. I know you guys have been hearing this since January. It should be here soon, but because of that, I love the skincare, but I'm going to promote the drops. Are you all with me on that? Let's stick with the drops. And I know Carmen made a tiny bit of a mistake. She didn't order enough of the skincare. We sold 4 times as many as we did the year before, but she was brand new. She thought, oh, we'll just get double. Wrong move. So we're kind of stuck with that. But anyway, getting back, I don't want to be all over the place here. Find out that they know something about APL Go, send them out the videos, and then find out, determine within the very first conference call, a call that you have on the phone, you guys, not texting back and forth. Get on the phone and don't be afraid of the phone. It's only weighs like, I don't know, is this a half a pound? I don't know. But get on the phone, and if you're fumbling over your words, don't worry about it. Let them know. Let them know. You know, I'm a little, I don't know if I'm intimidated or I'm a little afraid to get on the phone, but I know I need to talk to you because this is so important. As soon as you let somebody know your fault, they just fall in love with you. Really, they respect you for that, letting them know. So that will help you not be afraid anymore. And then find out if they're interested in either the business part of it or just the product. Find out one or the other. Because if it's just the product, and we have a lot of people that are interested in just the product, then only talk about that. Don't talk about the comp plan or how much money they can, none, zero, cut. And get them some samples to them right away. And then this is real important. Once you have them on the phone, there's another thing you're going to want to ask them to qualify them is if it's for the business, how much time, write this one down, this is a biggie. All of us decided that's the biggest one we ask people when we are talking to them. How much time do you have to dedicate to APL per week if indeed you're going to work the business part of it? That'll let you know right there if they're just blowing smoke or if they're really serious about it, okay? Because you know somebody that wants to make, I don't even ask them how much they want to make. I ask them how much time they want to put in. And, you know, if they say they want to make 10 grand in their first week and they're only able to, they only want to put in 2 hours, well, you know where that's going to go.
Right. Can you say that one more time for me?
If it's business, ask how much time do they have to dedicate a time slot to APL per week.
Per week. Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You could ask per day, but most people won't even answer that. Some people will. Some people say, I'm retired. I got all the time in the world. And, you know, I had somebody the other day say, I want to make $1 million a year within my first 5 years. That's doable. We know that is. So I said, great, then let me give you some assignments. And I did. And I got to tell you, the first assignment, I hardly ever, usually I send out a book, but I know this person's read everything, is I gave them Mary Esther Gilbert's video, 1.5 hours long. He requested it on all 18 drops and what they do. Now, I know that person is going to do, asking for something like that, I'm like, I got goosebumps right now. So the other thing you want to do is ask if they are willing to commit to at least $100 order to get started. And when will that be? Will it be today? Are you ready to get going? Will it be tomorrow or the next day? Don't ask for next week. You could say, now you could say before the end of the month. But ask that question, because I know there's some people out there that have leads that they've answered these types of questions. And it's even said, if people are working leads, it's even said on those leads that they are, they know that there's a cost involved to getting started, and they're willing to spend up to $200. What is funny is you ask them for the 25 to get started and they don't even have it. Don't you want to just, okay, I'm just being real here. I think all of you have dealt with that, okay? So then when you've done that little bit of homework on getting this person prepped for talking with your sponsor to help you out, give them a call, text your sponsor or upline, whoever you want to use. There's a lot of people out there that are great for doing three-way calls. I love doing them because I hope you guys all know I don't pressure anybody. I just ask questions, find out where they're coming from. And I do ask the $1 million question, when are you ready to get started? Or where do you want to go from here? Oh, those are perfect words. Where do you want to go from here? I leave that on a phone message. If somebody doesn't answer, I don't use the words follow up too often, but I say, hey, I'm getting back with you. And this was about our APL Go conversation about those amazing DNA drops. Where do you want to go from here? Do you want me to repeat that, Tuesday? Yeah, I'm just getting back with you. I just want to know, where do you want to go from here? And usually they'll call you back, or they'll text you back, or they'll ghost you. I mean, how many people does that happen to? Me, all the time. All the time. Oh, by the way, John, congratulations on your new enrollment. That was you yesterday or the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I tell you what, I can tell you this now. I was literally sitting there thinking, gosh, I wish my face would stop peeling. And John calls. It was the Cancun sunburn. Yeah, and you finished off my day really good. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about being sure to have that conversation with your prospect and pre-qualify them? Hi, Michelle. I'm so glad to see you.
Hello.
Hello. Any questions there? And by the way, Michelle, this is being recorded, so you can get the whole thing if you missed anything.
Thank you.
You betcha. Okay, so the other thing that you guys asked for, because I don't want to make this too long, is, let me see, the other thing was, okay, we did this. Oh, getting started. Oh, this is so important. Oh, this is fabulous to know. So you guys, we have this, I'm going to call it amazing, because Pamela Zimmer did a great job on this. And each one of the leaders have added their own, kind of made it their own. But I got to say, she does such great artwork on these that I've only, had to change our information on there. But you can look at the Team Visionaries step by step. Let's get started. It's the one that has the hands that are holding out with APL Go in it. And if you don't have it, it is on our Facebook page. It's also, I know you can just ask me for it too. Everybody got it in an email. Stuart, you got it in an email as well. And it's in the hub. But on here, the very first page is what I'm starting to have people fill out and put their associate ID in there. How many people call you or you call them and you ask them for their ID and they don't know it? Anybody except me? Yeah. I always ask you guys, what's your ID number? And their account password, they can put that on there so that they have it someplace, like, I don't know if it's taped underneath your computer, it doesn't matter, so that you have that. Your profile name, I keep my profile name the same as my name. The date that you got enrolled and the status that you came in really helps you determine where you want to go from when you get started. And then there's information in there about your sponsor with their phone number, their ID, and their email. Very, very important. And then it has little circles on there where you can put in the names of your upline. And things that are important to know on that second page, and you can even just print out page number 2, and you can fold it in half, and you can have all of the webinars that we do on Sunday, the Rockstar Zoom, our Sunday training. And yes, you heard me say it on our Team Visionaries. A lot of people aren't on the Sunday training because for whatever reason, but the ones that are there, they're there. Maybe because it's Sunday, they're at church, or, family outings, whatever it is. But I always knew Sunday was probably not a day to do a training. And so I've made it for Wednesday, the middle of the week, which that's when I used to do my meetings that were at a hotel, or my meetings that were at Jitters in Eagle River. We'd fill a room, with 80 to 100 people. Not anymore. Everybody wants to come on here and do their training. So that page has Sundays, Tuesdays, our Wednesdays, the first Monday of each month, the second Monday of each month. And the Thursdays, there's a beauty overview. So you can go through that and it tells each person how to get started. But while we're down in Cancun, we literally went over this. And there's some people that spend an hour and a half. Who has an hour and a half when they want to get started? I know I don't. But if they're willing to go through every single little piece of this information, it might take an hour and a half. But when I get somebody started, I immediately, and you should be doing this too, get them in their back office and get their website started. Just click to get their website activated. And then they do need to go in there and get their account details, their name, their phone number, just verify that. Because if they do happen to get paid, they're not going to get anything in their balance up there or able to transfer over to Pay Quicker unless they've done that. And I ran into that a few times where they go, I know I've got something here, but I can't get it to go anywhere. And they haven't started their Pay Quicker. So those three things need to be done. Their website activated, their account details, and their Pay Quicker, and just be done with it. And just so you know, some people are not even able to, they can start their Pay Quicker, but it won't be activated to send anything over to it until you have about $25 in your balance there. So I don't know if that's new news to anybody, but I have noticed those things from the very beginning. So there was something else I wanted to talk about here. Oh, does anybody want to know what's going on in April? Okay, all right, so now, you know what? I need to go back to my email for that because I think I got it over here. Hold on just a second. Okay, so in April, oh my gosh, what a wild calendar. Of course, we're going to have our America Zoom on. And by the way, you guys, if you haven't gotten it yet, you probably are going to get an email on this. I think we actually did get this email. Thursday, April 4th, they're having an English and a Spanish session. And yours truly, Sherry, is going to be doing Behind the Science with Mary Esther Gilbert on the immunity. And her and I just cling, we just click together really, really well. We're such good friends. And I got the immunity kit, you guys. I'm so happy about this. So I was going to ask you guys what questions we should ask her, because I only get to ask 6. So let me throw these your way and see if because Esther needed it right away. I was just it was so easy for me to do. So number 1, so the 3 products are going to be Air, Alt, and Grow. However, if we run short on GRW because the supply is getting, I hope not. Oh my gosh, I hope not. I hope not. I think they pulled out enough Grow to help with this event that's going to happen, that the Behind the Science. But so these are the questions I'm asking. What is the major benefactor of Air with zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C additions? And it's already such an amazing anti-inflammatory product, very special to so many that may suffer with upper respiratory issues. What can you tell us about that? Good question. Okay. And what I did was I made one question about each one, then I kind of threw them all in together. Okay. The next question is, it's amazing how quickly we have seen people get their own individual results from using ALT during allergy season. I'm having to make this compliant, you guys. I could have said something else. Can you expand on why that might be? See, we can't say why that, we have to say why that might be. What is in this tiny drop that may be helping so many people during that time of the year? Good one. All right, so you guys are getting a preview of this already. Okay, and then what do you feel is the most potent ingredient in ALT? Everybody wants to know. I've heard that over and over. Okay, then I go down to GRW and cross your fingers, we've got it. And we have to say this, GRW was the #1 immunity product of 2020. What a year to have such an incredible product. So I didn't mention what happened, but what an incredible year. Can you expand on the benefits of how important GRW may be to our immune system? Hey, we're batting like 4 for 4. This is great. Okay, last one then. How do these products, AIR, ALT, and GRW, work simultaneously to help? Because I think we want to know that, because don't we all take them together anyway? I do every morning. Okay, and well, the last one is she can, and would you please let us know about, you used 2 out of the 3. Yeah, so please tell us a little bit more about your book and where we can get that. All right, so you got a preview of what's going to happen on tax day, April 15th. That's when that is, and I hope we get a lot of people on that. And then we're doing a Under the Microscope, a Doctor's Perspective on Wednesday, April 17th. Oh, that's an hour before our training that we do at this particular time. And then they're going to do it again. They're going to shoot for back office training again on Wednesday, April 24th. Did anybody do that before? No, I think we were all gone.
Yeah, no, I wanted to go, but I missed it, totally missed it. Do we know, are those special things recorded so that we can see the recordings?
Yes, always. Yep, they always will be.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have to, because some of these, like for me, this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon for me. And I record it because there's some people up here that aren't off work yet. There's some people Pacific time zone that still aren't off work yet. And they're still at work. So let me see, what else are they going to be doing? April 29th is a virtual business presentation. But I can't spill the beans yet because they don't have everything completely certified or okayed by Sergey. But there's going to be one heck of an incentive, easily gotten, to have people qualified to go to Cancun for the convention. I do have some sad news though. We tried really hard, and it's not a no yet. I'm still marking that one down there. I'm hoping Tina pulls the magic bunny out of the hat. You guys know when you're going for rank, when you're going for your paid rank, you've got the just at manager, it's 250 volume, right? And then below that, whatever your unit level brings in, it could be way higher than that. We're getting him to not change the compensation plan, but to add them together. Do you guys know what that's going to do? That's going to help people become managing directors, paid corporate directors faster. And we're also trying to lessen the number between managing director and corporate director. It should only be double, and it's double plus 2.5. So instead of it being 12,500, we're trying to get that down to 10,000. The percentages are in there. I showed Sergey, and hopefully that can happen. And then the other one, corporate director is 12.5 to, what is it, 50,000 for national? Give me a break. That should be 20,000. If anything, the highest should be 25, and then 50,000 for international. And then you get where I'm going with this. The percentages are there for the United States. They don't think they can do that anyplace else because of the way that they pay out in other countries. So we've got a 7% buffer there. I don't know if I needed to say that, or if you guys even understand that, but I know compensation plans. And if we can tweak it a little bit to add stuff together and not change the comp plan at all, because Sergey hasn't changed it in 13 years. He doesn't want to change it. So that's something to look forward to. hopefully April 1st, but Carmen was telling us she doesn't want to do that until August 1st. Ugh. I know, I'm sad. Like Sergey can announce that at Cancun. I'd rather have him announce our new drop. I didn't say that. I always have something come out quiet. So
I don't get why she wants to wait. Is it just for the US and that's why?
no, it would be for everybody. And they already have something similar, and this is why I got so adamant about bringing it up. They have something very similar happening in Europe right now. So I can't go
That
into
just kind of
details. I don't know.
That just confuses me on the wait. I mean, from April to August. Anyway,
Believe me,
I'm sure there's probably something I don't know about, but still.
Yeah. So, but the fact of the matter is, when it does happen, it's going to help extremely well for anybody wanting to rank up. So, and there's going to be a lot of swag given out in these next 3 months, April and May and June, to qualify for the convention in July. So you guys be ready, because I'm gonna be real excited our first Wednesday in April. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Did I go over enough of the stuff you guys wanted to talk about? Does anybody have a win they want to talk about? I know Clea was on here and he's probably got a student or something, so he's been pretty busy. Ah, there you are, Clea, up in the corner. I didn't see you. You're faded out. So, anybody have any wins they want to talk about? Yeah, I know it's been kind of quiet, but I know Christy's got a big one coming up, and I know John did. He's not on here now, but he brought in a new promoter a couple days ago, and yeah, it's been kind of quiet. But other than that, we do have some people that are starting their launch party. And Lisa, let's get yours going as well. Those launch parties are fun. And I know somebody that can help you do it. Clee Miller, he's really good at it. Clee, you got talked about in a good way when we were down in Cancun, and I was showing your video and they're like, oh my gosh, you are going to go places. You just keep doing what you're doing and showing people that video. You're going to be getting signups. Don't send them anything out of Rapid Funnel. Send them that one. All right. Yeah, we're also proud of you. Anyway, I'll go ahead and you know what? I'll go ahead and shut the recording off.